Backdoor finding McCraven, pass a little high for him. McCraven at a reset, puts it up off the glass, good. Backdoor finding McCraven, pass a little high for him. McCraven at a reset, puts it up off the glass, good.
Out to Hallie Crockett, her second baseball pass up the floor to Abby Richmond. Right-handed layup for two.
Still backing and backing, gets stalled again, and picks up 2 points. So 2-point takedown.
The puck tries to reverse along the boards, taken away by Parker. Found it out of goal! Parker tees up Brody Schultz!
Little right-handed dribble, goes to Reichel, deep three-pointer on the way! That's good!
Up the floor, Severson over to Bevins, all alone, steps up, shoots the three, and it's good.
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Hello and welcome in this afternoon for some Saturday afternoon basketball. We have the BGMR, Badger Greenbush Middle River Gators, coming into Waubun to take on the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds here this afternoon. I'm Mac Robinson. Thank you for joining us here on yourliveevent.com and on Gold 101.5 FM KRJM. Got a great matchup between these two. The Gators coming into tonight 11-3. Coming off a 45-38 win against Warren Alvarado Oslo last night, and then the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds coming off a overtime win, 53-51 at Sacred Heart. So again, both of these teams coming off big wins, and coming into tonight, it's going to be coming into this afternoon, it's going to be a tough contest between these two. So we have here this afternoon, we have your pregame show, of course, which is brought to you by our friends over at Hoban's Plumbing and Heating, as well as our friends over at JT Station in Fertile. Locally owned and operated, JT Station in Fertile sells hot stuff foods, frozen foods, fruit, selected groceries, household products, and so much more. Their hot stuff foods and deli will also provide you with a fresh, quick, easy lunch, breakfast, or dinner, and they also offer some of the best car services in town. Open 6 a.m. until 9:30 p.m. It's JT Station in Fertile. When we come back on the Hoban's Plumbing and Heating and JT Station in Fertile pregame show, we're going to dive into our Midwest Bank of Waubun coaches interviews here coming up after the break. You're listening and watching the Badger Greenbush Middle River Gators taking on the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds here on yourliveevent.com and Gold 101.5 FM. We'll be back in 1 minute.
The White Earth Tribal and Community College is open and can help you take the next step with your education. They offer on-campus classes. Online class options are available for students as well. They're local sizes and they have affordable tuition. Apply in person or online at www.wetcc.edu. And don't forget to like them on Facebook. The White Earth Tribal and Community College, open and ready to help you take the next step in your education.
Welcome back into the Hoban's Plumbing and Heating pregame show, as well as the JT Station in Fertile pregame show here. It's time for our Midwest Bank of Waubun pregame coaches interviews. Up first, I got a chance to talk with head coach Brad Dahl of the BGMR Gators. And joining me now, Brad Dahl, head coach of the BGMR Gators here today. And Coach, one, thank you for joining me. And two, you guys coming off a win against Warren Alvarado Oslo. What'd you see in that game especially, and what takeaways did you have with the girls in practice?
Well, yeah, today's game is a quick turnaround. We actually kind of got a late start. There was a lot of hacking, I think, going on in the JV and the junior high game before that. But we didn't shoot the best last night, but we had good looks. And that's the one thing we have to build on is, hey, we're getting the looks, and we'll knock them down, and we have to believe that we're gonna do that. But yeah, to come here right away this morning, we got up and left, and looking forward to playing another good one here.
Yeah, and it seems like this year there's been a lot of really balanced competition. A lot of teams that are very similarly playing very similarly throughout this year. You know, in your eyes, what has your view been of the rest of the division? Because it seems like it's really been pretty tight. Yeah,
anytime high school sports, even a favored team, if they don't show up and execute, it's going to be close and they're going to lose. But there's been a lot of close games. We've had a few close ones. We've had some. We've won, but we're looking to do the best we can and improve on what we need to improve on, so that every game we're getting better.
And then every year there's always players that take that next step and continue to improve in their development. Who on your team really has stood out in your eyes that's really taken that next step for you?
Well, we start 5 seniors, and 6 of our first 7 that get on the floor, I think, are seniors, and so there's a lot of experience. Kinsley Hansen, Jade Reese kind of stick out as being constants, but I say that in any game, you might have Cassie or Tessany or Hannah or Keish. I mean, you just never know. We're active on defense, and if you can get steals and get down the floor, we've had some games where we've had 4 or 5 players that have reached 10 points, and so it's a nice problem to have, I guess. But yeah, no, those 2 definitely. We had Jade last night, I believe, had a double with 12 points and 11 rebounds or something like that, so she can get after it, and the others can do it just as well. But yeah.
When you have a balance like that of seniors on your roster, do you think that helps with having that built-in chemistry from the years playing together?
Oh, for sure. They've been playing well and playing together for a lot of years. We do get some occasional misreads now and then, but for the most part, they read each other well and can feed off each other's energy.
And then the other thing, too, is that even if you're bringing back the same girls year after year after year, there's always a different feel in the locker room. And so for you, what's the locker room been like this year and getting a chance to coach these girls?
Well, when they're not physically attacking each other or trying to, they like to have fun, and they pick at each other a little bit, but the chemistry is there. They are supportive of each other, and we just got to keep growing with that.
And Coach, last thing for you, but in order to get a win against Mahnomen and Waubun here today, what needs to happen for the Gators?
Well, we know we have a few players we need to key on. We need to clean up the boards, and we need to pressure on defense.
All right, Coach, best of luck today. Looking forward to seeing how your girls perform out there.
Thank you much.
And special thanks to head coach Brad Dahl for joining me. Of course, our pregame coaches interviews brought to you by the Midwest Bank of Waubun. When we come back on the Hoban's Plumbing and Heating pregame show, as well as the JT Station pregame show, we're going to go ahead and get into more of our Midwest Bank of Waubun pregame coaches interviews. This time talking with Zach Quall, of the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds. That coming up after this 1-minute timeout on the Hoban's Plumbing and Heating and JT Station pregame show.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
For all of your insurance needs, contact the Linfors Insurance Agency with locations in Fosston, Bagley, Clearbrook, Mahnomen, and Ada.
Polk County Public Health and Norman Mahnomen Public Health. Together, we'd like to remind you how important yearly checkups are for children and adolescents. These visits are an excellent time for you and your child to talk to their provider about physical, mental, and sexual health or substance use. Also, don't forget to get caught up on immunizations, including your flu and COVID vaccines. Together, we can build a better future. For questions on the Child and Teen Checkups program, contact your local public health agency or find us on social media.
On yourliveevent.com on the Hoban's Plumbing and Heating pregame show. Of course, we have our Midwest Bank of Waubun pregame coaches interviews, this time talking with Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds head coach Zach Quall. And joining me now, Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds head coach Zach Quall. And coach, for you guys coming off a hell of a game in overtime, 2-point win over Sacred Heart. What'd you guys see in that game?
We just competed. We competed. We moved the basketball well. We played pretty good defense. Started the game well on I think it was 9-0 run, I believe, if I remember correctly. But yeah, we just started well and finished well, honestly. In between, we got a little fatigued, made some mistakes, but I thought it was one of our better games all year in terms of just competing hard and putting ourselves in a position to win. So.
And then coming off the win against Red Lake on Monday as well, do you think that is positive momentum for you guys coming into a game like today against BGMR?
Hope so. I think that the team we play today is going to be very, very tough. I think it's one of the better teams we've played all year, to be honest with you. So we're going to have to be really solid if we want to be competitive and win today. Hopefully momentum starts to push our way. Like I said, we've just been in so many of these close games. Last time it was just nice to get a win in one of those close ones. So.
And then when you talk about Thunderbirds basketball this season, when it comes to girls basketball, you got to start with Kendra Severson. What has she meant to this team especially, and being that upperclassman kind of calming head for the team as a whole?
Yeah, I think a lot of our kids look for her in situations where they feel like when they're in trouble, when they feel like in a little bit of a panic. That's kind of where's Kendra? She can calm us down type of deal. And she's earned that right. I mean, she's the accolades all follow her name for the last 3-4 years. So she's a good basketball player and a great kid. That's the most important thing. You talk about Kendra, she's, everyone can see all the things she can do athletically and basketball-wise and volleyball-wise and, all the things that she's a part of. But she's just a great kid. She's a 4.0 student. She's a good person. Her parents have done a really good job in humbling her and making her understand that it's the world's not about you either, and you just go out and you work hard and do the right things, and so she's just a joy to be around in general. And so I think it's a good example setter for our young kids, and hopefully our really young kids really look up to her and strive to be like her. Our older kids, they're friends with her and they just know that she's a nice kid and that she does the right thing. So and just in general, our team, I've got a bunch of really good people on my team, and when it's all said and done, winning and losing, people aren't going to remember that stuff. They're going to remember the experiences, and they're going to remember the things that you shared with the people you shared, and I've got really good people, and so that's what I'm most proud of anyway, and she just kind of is right in line with that.
And you talk about having the good people on your team. Do you think that contributes to the locker room? Because I know from seeing pregame, the girls all singing along to the pregame songs and dancing along. It seems like they have a really good chemistry.
Yeah. I think this is one of our better teams in terms of chemistry over the few years. It's high school athletics. I mean, boys, girls, all of it. You deal with things, and I think this year's team has given us less to deal with in terms of friendships, getting along, things like that. And so I'm really proud of this group. They like to see each other succeed, and they like to just be around each other. And sometimes it's hard to rein them in and get them focused to do something. Hey, we got to be focused right now. So, but you'd rather have that than them being at each other's throats all the time. So, like I said, I got a really good team, with really good people, and at the end of the day, that's what matters.
And then last thing for you, Coach, going up against a tough team like BGMR, what needs to happen for you guys to make it 3 wins in a row here today?
We really, today, I think the big key is going to be rebounding the basketball and taking care of the basketball. If we don't get a box out tonight, they'll eat us up on the offensive glass. They're just super aggressive attacking the glass and getting putbacks, and then defensively they've got really quick hands. They're really good anticipating passes, and their on-ball defense is really good. They usually stop you in the first 2 dribbles of a drive and force you to turn it over, and if you turn it over, then they'll get into transition and And I don't know, I mean, a lot of people might not understand, but live ball turnovers, if we turn the ball over at all tonight, I'd like it to be dead ball turnovers, not live ball turnovers. You don't want them to get the ball in a live court situation where they can get pass layup. If we have to turn it over, hopefully it goes out of bounds. We can set up a defense and give ourselves a chance that way. Definitely got to limit live ball turnovers today, otherwise that'll kill us.
All right, Coach, good luck today. Looking forward to seeing how your girls perform against BGMR.
Perfect, thank you.
All right, special thanks to Zach Quall for joining me, of course, here with our Midwest Bank of Waubun pregame coaches interviews on the Hoban's Plumbing and Heating and JT Station pregame show. Of course, now it's time for our Fawcett Chiropractic Keys of the Game. And for Mahnomen Waubun, Zach Walsh said it best. It comes down to rebounding and turnovers tonight, making sure that they're able to secure those boards and create those extra possessions on the offense, as well as limiting the Gators' second chance points on the defensive end, as well as when you have those turnovers, making sure that it's not the Gators getting out on fast break and creating those quick points. So for them, it's all about rebounding and turnovers tonight. Over for BGMR, it's really going to come down to Kendra Severson here tonight. Kendra Severson has really been that calming force for this Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds team this season. So it's really going to come down to trying to shut her down. At that point, you might be able to slow down the rest of the Thunderbirds offense. So those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Fosston Chiropractic. And now let's get into the Ziegler Ag Equipment starting lineups. And the Ziegler Ag Equipment starting lineups, Ziegler Ag Equipment and Ada. Let's go ahead and start with the BGMR Gators as Jade Reese. It's all seniors here tonight when it comes to the starting lineup for BGMR. It's going to be Jade Reese. Jade Reese starting tonight. This afternoon, Hannah Bergsnev going to be starting, as well as Tessany Blazek, excuse me. Kinsley Hansen and Cassie Dahl for the BGMR Gators. For the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds, it's going to be Elena Bevins, Savannah Kieser, Kendra Severson, Nevaeh Williams, and Lexi Pazdernek. And those are your Ziegler Ag Equipment starters here today. Ziegler Ag Equipment and Ada, new on the lot. Trades, 2 35-foot Versatile Fury. Both are available for spring. Call for pricing. Talk to Chuck or Neil. Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 in North Ada. They have a full line of Fendt, Massey, Ferguson, and Challenger tractors. They have high-capacity combines. They are your new Brandt dealer with Ziegler Ag Equipment and Ada for augers, grain carts, heavy harrows, and Brandt's new vertical tillage. Ziegler Ag Equipment has Borgo Chisel plows, and they are your Amity Beat Equipment dealer. Ziegler Ag Equipment keeps you on the cutting edge of ag technology. Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9, North Ada, 218-784-2961. So, that's going to go ahead and do it for our Hoban's Plumbing and Heating pregame show. And when we come back, it's tip-off. Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds, BGMR Gators, here on YourLiveEvent.com and Gold 101.5 FM KRJM.
The Waubun Education Association would like to wish the best of luck to the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbird teams and wish them the best of luck this season. Proud to cheer on and support the Thunderbird students in the classroom and in all extracurricular activities. Your hard work and dedication make them proud to work with you every day as part of the Waubun-Ogama White Earth School District. Good luck and go Thunderbirds from all the members of the Waubun Education Association.
If you're searching for experienced technicians that are specialized in most makes and models of cars, light-duty trucks, and SUVs, you better call 218-983-3330 for Baker's Truck Repair in Ogama. Baker's quickly provides customized repair and maintenance solutions for your heavy-duty truck while using the industry's latest diagnostic and repair resources along with local parts suppliers. Call them today at 218-983-3330. That's 218-983-3330 for Baker's Truck Repair on Highway 59 in Ogama.
These years are a stepping stone for a bright future at the Waubun-Ogama White Earth School District. They work hard to make a positive influence on the students from grade school all the way up to high school. Without guidance and leadership, life after high school can be even tougher. Skills and work ethics taught at the Waubun-Ogama White Earth School District make this process to adulthood easy. Good luck to all the students throughout the school year from the entire staff and administration at the Waubun-Ogama White Earth School District. The perfect destination for your next family vacation, it's Pinehurst Resort on beautiful North and South Twin Lakes near Nadawash. Whether you're looking to soak up the summer sun, maybe check out the fall colors, or you enjoy snowmobiling or ice fishing, Pinehurst Resort can do it all. You can check them out online at visitpinehurstmn.com. Make your next reservation for a perfect family vacation at Pinehurst, 218-935-5745. Pinehurst Resort on beautiful North and South Twin Lakes near Nadawash.
Number 25, Kinsley Hansen. And number 43, Cassidy Dahl. And now let's get your
And welcome into Thunderbird country here in Waubun as we have the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds at home taking on the Badger Greenbush Middle River Gators here on Gold 101.5 FM KRJM as well as yourliveevent.com. Thank you for tuning in, whether it be on your radio dial or on yourliveevent.com. We appreciate you for tuning in as we get ready for tip-off between the Gators and the Thunderbirds. Gators coming into tonight 11-3, coming off a 45-38 win over Warren Alvarado Oslo, and the Thunderbirds coming in off a overtime 53-51 win at Sacred Heart. And the tip is going to be won by the Gators. That one being hauled in by Cassie Dahl. Cassie Dahl making her way over to center court, passing that one over. Good ball movement as Kinsley Hansen working her way inside, passes that one over to Jade Reese. Jade Reese working her way inside, pass over to the corner, tried to find Cassie Dahl. That one, no dice, going out of bounds. So inbounding it will be Lexi Pazernick. And the full court press is on for the BGMR Gators as Severson gives it back over to Pazernick. Pazernick slowing it over. Crossover, moving into the lane. That one poked away and taken away there by Kinsley Hansen. Kinsley Hansen now bring the ball down for the Gators. Gives it top of the key. Three-point attempt for Cassie Dahl. Up, no good. Rebound going to Severson. Kendra Severson in transition now off to the races. She's going into the lane, crosses that one over to Nevaeh Williams, getting the foul. Great pass there from Severson. The no-look bounce pass over to Nevaeh Williams on the block. And Nevaeh Williams, she will be shooting 2 Mustang Seeds free throws. And the first one is up. That one no good. Second one on the way. And the shot is up. And good. So Nevaeh Williams has our first point of the day on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Pass going around, down onto the block. Shot going up and good there for Tessany Blazik. So Tessany Blazik takes the lead back for BGMR on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard, and that's Severson able to get the shot up. They call it a block foul. Blocking foul going against Kinsley Hansen. So that is her first of the day. Kendra Severson just turning on the Jets here as she moves down court. Her first Mustang Seeds free throw is up and good. So I think this is what is to be expected when it comes to these two teams. And the second one is up and good. So Severson knocks them both down. But very up-tempo basketball here today. As Cassie Dahl with the ball. Trying to work her way inside, covered by Pazernick. Passing that one over. That one finding Bergsnev, excuse me. That one taken away, though, by Pazernick. Pazernick being trapped, and that one taken away, intended for Severson. Going up for the layup is up, and that is good. Blazek with the lay-in. She has all 4 points. Elena Bevins down court, able to get the lay-in. Like I said, very up-tempo basketball. Elena Bevins able to get that one up and good. Cassie Dahl bringing the ball down for the Gators, moving to the right, passing that one over to Blazek. Blazek in the corner, covered by Bevins, passing that one inside over to Reese, who gives it back over to Cassie Dahl. Cassie Dahl getting the screen set there by Blazek. Dahl, covered there by Pazernick, passes that one over to Blazek. Blazek trying to work her way inside, passes down low to Reese. Inside, that shot going up and good there for Bergsnev. Hannah Bergsnev with her first points of the night. And now moving the ball into the... That was Savannah Kieser who gives that one over to Kendra Severson. Pass going inside over to Pazernick. Pazernick down low over to Bevins, who is able to get the lay-in. She has 4. Good ball movement, 7-6, 15-30 and counting. Oh, I'm going to say that one. That was a foul, an offensive foul going up against Bergsnev. That is her first foul of the afternoon. Inbounds going over to Kendra Severson for this matinee girls basketball game. Pass going inside to Nevaeh Williams. Nevaeh Williams working in the post. Shot going up, no good. Rebound being corralled there by Jade Reese. Jade Reese slowly bringing it into the forward court. And passes that one over to Bergsnev. Bergsnev inside, that one almost lost there. Passes going around, good ball movement from the Gators, trying to go inside corner. Pass over to Bergsnev. Bergsnev back over to Reese, top of the key. Reese, top of the key, passes over to Blazik in the corner, who gives it back to Reese to her right. Getting the screen set, pass over to the outside. 3-point attempt from Hansen, up, no good. Rebound by Cassie Dahl, a second chance shot is up and good. Talked about rebounding be a key. Throwing the ball down court over to Pazernick was Severson, trying to give that one back over to Williams, and Williams not able to corral that one going out of bounds. Coming in is going to be Kenzie Dahl, as well as Kiesha Hausker, 8-7, Gators lead. Kenzie Dahl bringing the ball into the forward court, covered by Kieser. Pass going over, that one finding Kinsley Hansen. Hansen back over to Dahl. Dahl out to the outside over to Hausker, who lost it. That one picked up there by Kieser. Now Severson off and running, giving that one over to Nevaeh Williams. Nevaeh Williams losing the handle, and that one getting knocked out of bounds. It was Stay Thunderbird basketball. Again, thank you for joining us here on Gold 101.5 FM, KRJM, as well as YourLiveEvent.com. Of course, substitutions brought to you by our friends over at Irie Insurance. The inbounds pass, that one finding Pazernick. Pazernick passes that over to Savannah Kieser. Kieser over to Bevins. Bevins giving that back over to Severson for three. No. Rebound, that one going to Kinsley Hansen. Hansen up court to Cassie Dahl. Cassie Dahl lost the handle a little bit there. Passes that one over, and they can't really figure out who has it. That's going to be a jump ball. And it's going to be Thunderbird basketball. And the inbounds pass coming from Kieser, that finding Severson. Giving it back to Kieser. Kieser brings it into the forward court. Tries to hand that one off to Bevins. Kenzie Dahl very close defending. Pass over to Katie Clark. Katie Clark back over to Severson. Severson at the elbow. Trying to pass that one. Bounce pass, and that one going out of bounds. 13-27 on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Inbounds pass finding Bevins. Layup up, no good. Rebound by Severson. Trying to get the shot up, no. Severson trying to dive for it, and loose ball on the ground. And they're going to say it's going to be Gator basketball. And the inbounds pass to Kenzie Dahl. Dahl into the forward court. Passes that one over to Cassie Dahl. Cassie Dahl over to Jade Reese. Jade Reese back to Cassie. Cassie over to Hausker. Hausker over to Kenzie Dahl on the right. Kenzie Dahl trying to work her way inside, giving it back to Jade Reese. Jade Reese, three-point attempt. No. Rebound. That one corralled by Pazernick. Pazernick giving that one over to Bevins. Bevins cross court over to Severson. Great pass. Thought about the pass to the outside, but Kendra Severson with the finesse and the lay-in. She has four. Cassie Dahl brings it into the forward court and gives it over to Hausker. Hausker at the three-point line, passes over to Reese to her left. Over to Cassie Dahl in the left-hand corner, going down low, up and good. That one good by Kiesha Hausker. And Kieser brings the ball into the forward court. And they're going to call a 5-second violation going the other way now. Hausker to inbound. Gives it to Kenzie Dahl, the sophomore. Dahl into the forward court. Passes that one over to Hausker. Hausker trying to work her way inside. No. Three-point attempt from Hansen. Yes! Kinsley Hansen with the triple. 13-9. Just under 12 minutes left to go here in the first half on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Pass over. Tried to give that one over to her teammate Kendra Severson. Another Irie Insurance substitution as Elena Bevins coming out and Maddie Bass coming in. The inbounds pass finding Severson. Severson trying to work her way inside. Pass to the outside to Keyser for three. No. And the rebound going over to Kinsley Hansen. Hansen now in transition. Slows it back down. Passes over to Cassidy Dahl. Back over. Mid-range jumper from Hansen. No. Rebound by Severson. Severson now off and running, giving that to Maddie Bass. Maddie Bass in transition. Trying to get the lay-in, and the blocking foul is going to be called on Cassie Dahl. So that is the fourth foul of the day for the Gators, and that is the second foul for Cassie Dahl. And the Mustang Seeds free throw is up and good for Maddie Bass. Second one on the way. That is up and good. So Maddie Bass, couple of points on the board, courtesy of the Mustang Seeds free throws on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Thunderbirds down by 2. Moving inside, that's going to be shot going up, and the foul shot up there by Hannah Bergsnev. Bergsnev going to have a couple of her own Mustang Seeds free throws here. These are the first 2 Mustang Seeds free throws of the afternoon for the Gators. And the first one is up, no good. Our game against Fosston earlier in the week, the Gators allowed the Greyhounds to get to the free throw line 20-plus times. So that second Mustang Seeds free throw is good by Hannah Bergsnev. And the inbounds pass over to Maddie Bass. Savannah Keyser comes out for the Irie Insurance substitution. Coming in, Bryn MacArthur. And Pazernick working her way into the forward court. Gives that over to Severson. Severson losing the handle on it. And they're going to call a jump ball. It's going to be staying with the Thunderbirds. So inbounding will be Maddie Bass. Covering the inbounds pass will be Tessany Blazek. Inbounds pass finding Severson, and they're going to call a foul. Jade Reese with the reaching foul there. 10:59 left here in the first half on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Screen being set there by Nevaeh Williams. As Severson trying to get her teammates involved there. Passes that over. Maddie Bass thought about the three. Severson now trying to go baseline with it. Mid-range jumper up, no good. Rattles out. That one rebounded by Kinsley Hansen. Hansen hands that off to Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl surveying the defense. Moves to her left. Going down the lane. Gives that back. Free throw attempt basically for Jade Reese. Shot no good. Rebound up and good by Tessany Blazek. That's going to be a timeout taken. Timeout taken by Zach Quall of the Thunderbirds. We'll take it with them. 30-second timeout here on YourLiveEvent.com and Gold 101.5 FM, KRJM.
When that home improvement list gets too long, the guy to call is Josh Thorpe with Saw and Fixed It Remodeling, 701-371-7393. Josh Thorpe does new construction, remodeling, additions, windows, siding, and roofing. When that to-do list gets too large, the man to call is Josh Thorpe with Saw and Fixed It Remodeling, 701-371-7393. Josh Thorpe with Saw and Fixed It Remodeling.
YourLiveEvent.com. Again, thank you for tuning in, whether it be on your radio dial or on your computer, courtesy of YourLiveEvent.com. We appreciate it and we welcome you. Again, the timeout was taken there by the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds. And as we go ahead and come back from all of this here on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard, it's 16-11. Badger Greenbush Middle River with the lead here so far. But the key stat here that you have to keep in mind is just one foul to this point. 10:19 left to go here in the first half. Just one foul on Mahnomen Waubun. 5 on Badger Greenbush Middle River here so far. So Does that affect your strategy when it comes to the Gators? You might say that it has to, because they like to play that full court press. So again, you got to keep an eye out for that here as this first half continues. The inbounds pass going over to Kendra Severson for the Thunderbirds. Pass up court over to Pasternak. Pasternak throwing it over to Bryn MacArthur inside to Nevaeh Williams. Nevaeh Williams shot up, no good. Rebound going over to Pasternak. Pasternak trying to go up strong, gives it to Nevaeh Williams, who goes up strong with it. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Jade Reese. Jade Reese losing the handle on it. Picks up her dribble, gives that over to Kenzie Dahl for the Gators. Kenzie Dahl covered by Bryn MacArthur. MacArthur pass over to Blazek, who gives that one over to Jade Reese. Reese fires inside over to Hansen. Hansen shot up, and that's the foul. That's going to be the second foul of the day for the Thunderbirds, and that's going to be going against Bryn MacArthur, the sophomore coming off the bench. So a couple of Mustang Seeds free throws on the way for Kinsley Hansen, the senior. First one is up and good. Second Mustang Seeds free throw on the way. And that is up and good. Kinsley Hansen with 5 points here today. The inbounds finding Kendra Severson for the Thunderbirds. Severson, pass over to Maddie Bass, who goes inside to Bryn MacArthur, who's not able to reel that one in. It was knocked away, so it will stay Thunderbird basketball. Another Irie Insurance substitution. Maddie Bass coming out. Coming in, Elena Bevins. Bevins with 4 here tonight so far. She will inbound. Bevins inbound, finding Bryn MacArthur. MacArthur trying to hustle inside. Gets the shot up. No good. Rebound going to Hansen. Kinsley Hansen slowing it down. Gives that over to Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl, covered closely by MacArthur. Gives that over to Blazek. Blazek throwing it down to Hansen. Shot going up. No good. Trying to get the rebound. That was Bryn MacArthur. They're going to call the foul. And that one going against Hannah Bergsnev. That is her second of the afternoon. And the inbounds pass to come. That finding Bryn MacArthur. Bryn MacArthur back over to Severson, who gives it back to MacArthur. Back to Severson, knocked away by Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl able to get that one back, and the mid-range jumper up from the sophomore, good. Kenzie Dahl able to knock it down, and it's a 20-11 lead, 9 minutes and counting. Throwing down court, that shot going up from Bevins, no. And Kenzie Dahl able to recover it. Kenzie Dahl crossing over, trying to go down court. And passes that one back over. That one finding Hausker. Hausker back over to Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl from deep. Nope, not able to connect on that one. And so it will be Thunderbirds basketball. Reagan Kuzna will come in. Hannah Bergsnev will come out. Again, another Irie Insurance substitution. 8:40 left to go, 20-11, Gators lead. The inbounds pass finding Kendra Severson. Severson turning on the Jets, going down and passing it over to Nevaeh Williams, who goes up strong with it, and she'll draw the foul. 2 Mustang Seeds free throws, that one going against Kuzna. And Nevaeh Williams will shoot the Mustang Seeds free throws. And the first one is up and good. Of course, for corn, soybeans, and alfalfa seeds, or for corn and soybean seed from Mustang Seeds, go ahead and contact them today, including the Hasseth Sales and Service, Blair and Marty. Contact them today. And that's going to be takeaway by Kinsley Hansen. Hansen able to go ahead and get that one after the missed Mustang Seeds free throw. Pass now and back over is Kuzna, but that's taken away by Bryn MacArthur. MacArthur pass over to Severson, up with the layup, up and good. Kendra Severson with 6 here this afternoon. 20-14, Goodyear. Passing the ball, or moving the ball over into the front court is Kenzie Dahl. Pass over to Hausker. Hausker going inside over to Kuzna. Kuzna off the glass and good. Reagan Kuzna with 2 off the bench. And the Gators have a 8-point lead. Kendra Severson now off and running into the forward court. Pass over to Bryn MacArthur, who's moving inside, passes it back over to Pasternak, who steps into a three, no good. Rebound by Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl slowing it down. Moving it into the forward court, covered by MacArthur. Kenzie Dahl working her way inside, passes that over to Kuzna, who gives that over to Kinsley Hansen. Back over to Hausker, corner to Blazek. Blazek getting a screen, moving inside, passing that one down to Hausker. That one blocked and taken away by Bevins. Bevins giving it back to Severson. Severson covered full court by Hausker, and Severson able to get by. She's going into the lane. Pass down to Nevaeh Williams off the glass in. Good. Nevaeh Williams with 4 this afternoon, and the Thunderbirds have closed the lead down to 6. Just under 7 minutes left to go here in the first half on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. And Kenzie Dahl pass over to Blazek in the corner. Trying to find a teammate, gives it back to Kenzie Dahl to her right. Kenzie Dahl working her way inside. That one taken away by Nevaeh Williams. The steal by Williams gives it over to Severson. Severson down court to Bevins. Bevins gives it back to Severson, who passes it back to Bevins for 3. No good. Rebound there by Kuzna. Kuzna pass back over to Hansen. Hansen just taking it herself right now. Mid-range jumper, taking it up. No good. Rebound by Bevins. Bevins off and running. Trying to hustle down court and push the pace a little bit. Slowing it down, giving it back to MacArthur. Gives it over to Severson. Severson, turnaround mid-range J, no good. That one picked up and rebounded by Hansen. Kinsley Hansen off and running. Going into the lane, shot going up off the glass, no good. And that's going to be a jump ball. It's going to be staying with the Gators. Some Irie Insurance substitutions as Savannah Keyser coming in, Brendan MacArthur coming out, as well as Katie Clark in for Nevaeh Williams. Coming back in is going to be Cassie Dahl. Coming out, Mackenzie Dahl, as well as Kinsley Hansen and Keisha Hausker. And Jade Reed's going out with the layup, no good. And that's going to be a foul in the bonus. Thunderbirds, and this is why I mentioned this is a key stat here. 7 fouls now, or 8 fouls, excuse me. That foul going against Cassie Dahl, who now has 3. 2 more and her day will be done, but 5:56 left to go here in the first half. Now for the last 6 minutes, you're going to be getting free throws now on any foul on the Thunderbirds or on Badger Green, Bush, Minnow River. And the first free throw is up and good. That good for Kendra Severson. She has 7. JC Hansen will be coming in here momentarily, and the second one is up and good for Kendra Severson. The Thunderbirds shooting 80% from the free throw line here in the first half. Inbounds pass coming in and giving it back over to Jade Reese is J.C. Hansen, again, our Irie Insurance substitution. And Hansen thought about it, passes it back over to Kuzna. Kuzna back to Hansen. J.C. Hansen passing that inside over to Bergsnev. Bergsnev back over to Hansen. Hansen over to the outside to Blazek. Blazek double teamed. The pass over to Hansen. J.C. Hansen trying to create a little bit of room on going off with a shoe, but that's going to be picked up and pass over to Blazek. Blazek back over to Reese. Jade Reese by the logo, covered by Severson, gives it over to Blazek. Blazek to the corner to J.C. Hansen, trying to work her way inside. J.C. Hansen loses it, taken away by Keyser, but that's going to go out of bounds. It's going to go out of bounds. The fans can feel it for Mahnomen Waubun as they have trimmed this lead down to 4. And they're creating a little bit of pressure here on defense. Kendra Severson covering Jade Reese in this man-to-man defense. Pass over to Blazek. Blazek over to Reese. Reese back over to Bergsnev. Bergsnev trying to create some space, gives it back to Reese. Covered by Keyser. Pass to the outside over to J.C. Hansen. Not able to connect there. Bevins with a rebound, passing that up to Kendra Severson, who's off and running in transition. Trying to get the shot up, and no shot. They're going to call a blocking foul against Kuzna. And the fans of the Gator fans are not happy with the call there. That foul going against Kuzna, that is her second of the game. 22-18, 4:40 left here in the first half on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Again, thank you for tuning in on your radio dial, whether it be on 101.5 FM KRJM or also online on yourliveevent.com to view it. And that's going to be knocked out of bounds by Pazernik. And it's going to be Gator basketball. One of the rare misses tonight when it comes to the Thunderbirds. Bring the ball into the forward court. It's Kenzie Dahl. Passing that one over to Bergsnev, who's able to get the shot up and the foul. Shot no good, but that foul going against Elena Bevins. That is her first of the afternoon. Again, just 3 fouls so far on Mahnomen Waubun, a pretty clean first half that we've seen from them. And the shot going up. No good from Bergsnev. And the second Mustang Seeds free throw for Bergsnev is up. No good. Rebound, getting knocked around. Picked up by Katie Clark. Katie Clark giving it over to Severson. Severson off and running. Severson hustling down court. Passes that one over to Pazernek. Pazernek gives that inside to Kieser, who pounced pass over to Bevins for 3. No good. That one rebounded. And now running back down court with it are the Gators. Shot going up for Bergsnev is good. Hannah Bergsnev with a transition layup, firing it back down court are the Thunderbirds. Bevins with the ball back to Severson. Severson back over to Bevins. Bevins hands it off to Severson for a long triple. Got it! Kendra Severson. I think she shot that one from Mahnomen. Now bring the ball into the forward court. That one being Bergsnev, who passed that one over, almost taken away by Pazernek, and is. Gives that one over to Kieser. Kieser going for the transition layup, up and good. Savannah Kieser, it's a 1-point ball game. Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Kenzie Dahl covered by Bevins, passes that one over to Jade Reese. Jade Reese trying to go baseline, up, good. Back and forth ball game, just over 3 minutes left to go here in the first half. Severson brings the ball into the forward court, passes over to her right, that finding Kieser. Kieser takes the dribble, pass over to Katie Clark, top of the key, no good. Not able to connect there, and that's going to go out of bounds. Not able to touch the basket there, so that's going to be Gator basketball. Kenzie Dahl bringing the ball into the forward court as she crosses the logo. Covered by Bevins. Pass to her right, that finding Jade Reese. Pass over to Kinsley Hansen. Hansen back to Reese. Back to Kenzie Dahl. Trying to work her way inside, finding Jade Reese beyond the three-point arc. Reese brings it to the top of the key, pass over to Kinsley Hansen. Kinsley Hansen on the right side, passes over to J.C. Hansen, who gives that back over to Jade Reese. And that one knocked away by Katie Clark and the steal. And that one taken back by Jade Reese. Knocked out of bounds there by Kendra Severson. Good awareness when it comes to Kendra Severson and knock that one out. Great steal there by Katie Clark, but also good heads-up play there by Kinsley Hansen to knock that one away. Inbounds pass finding Kinsley Hansen quick, getting the shot up, no good, and they're going to call the foul on Katie Clark. It's going to be Clark's first of the game. It is the 4th foul on the Thunderbirds. And the Mustang Seeds free throw is up, no good. Second free throw on the way, courtesy of Kinsley Hansen, and of course, courtesy of Mustang Seeds. That one up and good. Kinsley Hansen with 6 here tonight. Severson bringing the ball into the forward court, crossing the logo. Fires that pass over to the corner, but just a little bit too much on that fastball. That one goes out of bounds. Another Irie Insurance substitution as Maddie Bass and Avea Williams coming in. Katie Clark will come out. So Maddie Bass will be covering Kenzie Dahl. Passes over to her left, finding Blazek back inside over to Bergsnev. No. Rebound up and good there for Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl with 4. Pass up court to Savannah Kieser. Savannah Kieser back over to Maddie Bass. That one almost taken away by Kenzie Dahl. Trying to give that back, and they're going to call a foul. They're going to call a foul there on Bergsnev. That is her 3rd of the game. So that is 2 girls so far here that have 3 fouls on each. Cassie Dahl and Hannah Bergsnev, 2 starters here tonight this afternoon for the Gators. First Mustang Seeds free throw is up and good. That good for Maddie Bass. So Bergsnev will come out. Coming in will be Hausker. Bass's shot is up and good. So Bass has 4. Bring the ball into the forward court is Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl back over to her left. That finding Blazek, but the shot is up and good from Hausker. Keisha Hausker able to get the bucket. She has 4. Good ball movement from the Thunderbirds. Going down low. Shot up no good from Nevaeh Williams. Takes a dribble. Gets the shot up no good again. Rebound by Kenzie Dahl, and they are off and running for the Gators. Kenzie Dahl, jumper from the elbow is up and good. Kenzie Dahl now with 6. What was once a 1-point deficit for the Thunderbirds now has extended to an 8-point deficit. Just under a minute left to go here on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Good ball movement, moving the ball around there, finding Maddie Bass. Pass back over to Bevins in the corner, giving it back over to Severson. Severson losing the pass, getting knocked away. That one picked up by the Gators. Almost losing the handle was Jade Reese. Jade Reese now bringing the ball into the forward court. 35 seconds and counting. Pass over to Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl at top of the key. Trying to work her way against Maddie Bass, giving it back over to Kinsley Hansen. Kinsley Hansen back over to Hausker. Hausker dribbling baseline, trying to go down low. Try to get the bounce pass, and that's going to go knocked out of bounds by Maddie Bass. Good defense there. 22 seconds left to go here in the first half. Again, make sure you stick around for halftime as we'll go ahead and dive into the Farmers Union Insurance Joe and Dave McCollum halftime report. Bounce pass. That one finding Hansen. Kinsley Hansen, top of the key, covered by Nevaeh Williams. Passes that one over to Kenzie Dahl. 13 seconds. Taken away by Severson, who's able to knock that one over to Maddie Bass. Maddie Bass slowly bringing the ball up. Passes that one over to Severson. Severson, 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Bevins in the corner. No. And your first half score, the BGMR Gators 33, Mahnomen Waubun 25. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll dive into your halftime stats, as well as, of course, give our halftime report brought to you by Joe and Dave McCollum of Farmers Union Insurance. So we'll come back in 2 minutes right here on Gold 101.5 FM KRJM and YourLiveEvent.com.
The Seed and Crop Protection Specialist. It's Mitch at Select Ag on Highway 59 in Mahnomen. Contact Mitch today, 218-936-4026. Select Ag is a Pioneer Seed and Agassiz seed dealer. They carry corn, sunflower, alfalfa. They have Xtend and E3 brand soybeans, and they deliver. And Select Ag offers crop protection as well. Contact Mitch at Select Ag, 218-936-4026. He is your seed and crop protection specialist at Select Ag on Highway 59 in Mahnomen. The fun never stops at the Ruffed Grouse Roadhouse on County Road 4 near Island Lake. Meet your family and friends, delicious food and friendly faces. They feature delicious daily food specials. And of course, you can check out their Facebook page for all of their fun events. Dial 218-668-2111 and find out all of the events that are happening at the Ruffed Grouse Roadhouse. Meet your family and friends at the Ruffed Grouse. They're located on County Road 4 near Island Lake. Affinity Plus is proud to sponsor the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds. Affinity Plus of Mahnomen is now located in the Subway building on Highway 59. They offer checking and deposit accounts and great rates on mortgages, auto, and other loans. And as a member-owned not-for-profit, everything Affinity Plus does is for your good. Affinity Plus helps take the stress out of finances with a more meaningful banking relationship and member consultants who care about your financial well-being. Check us out in Mahnomen or Bemidji or by visiting www.affinityplus.org.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
as well as on yourliveevent.com. The Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds at the half, down by 8, facing off against Badger Greenbush Middle River. The Gators with a 33-25 lead on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Welcome in to your Farmers Union Insurance, Joe and Dave, courtesy of Joe and Dave McCollum, the halftime report. Courtesy of them, let's go ahead and dive into this first half, and let's start things out by talking about your Christian Motors statistics. And so starting with the Badger Greenbush Middle River Gators, it's really been a balanced attack here tonight. You know, not one player really having that explosive night and really taking over the game, as you have 3 players that are tied for the team high with 6 points, that being senior Kinsley Hansen as well as senior Tessany Blazek and sophomore Kenzie Dahl coming off the bench. All 3 of them tied for the team high with 6. You also have Hannah Bergsnev with 5 as well. And following her is Kiesha Hausker with 4, and then 2 points apiece for Cassie Dahl, Reagan Kuzna, and Jade Reese. On the other side for the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds, Kendra Severson leading the way with 11 points here tonight for the Thunderbirds, and then a trio of Thunderbirds following her up with 4 points apiece, that being Elena Bevins, Maddie Bass, and Nevaeh Williams, and Savannah Keyser able to make her own layup here this afternoon as well. So to give you a little bit of a summary here from the first half, it's really been up-tempo throughout, as a lot of the rebounds creating transition buckets, and especially early on, you can see the emphasis for Mahnomen Waubun. Really been trying to push the pace, especially here tonight, where if the Gators are able to get a quick bucket, you see Kendra Severson looking down court immediately, trying to beat that full court press and take advantage of those extra numbers that they have in the forward court by throwing the ball down court. That's how Elena Bevins got a couple of layups down court, those full court passes. So you see the up-tempo type of ball game here tonight. It's going to be interesting to see how this comes out in the second half, as the Thunderbirds going to have to adjust a little bit. And for the Gators here in the second half, what you're really focusing on in the key statistic here when it comes to Christian Motors is really coming down to Kinsley Hansen, Tessany Blazek, as well as Kenzie Dahl. All 3 of them leading the way with 6 points apiece. But especially keep an eye out for Cassie Dahl and Hannah Bergsnev, both of them with 3 fouls apiece. 2 fouls from either of them. They go ahead, and that will go ahead and lead to them fouling out for the game here today. So that is, of course, our statistics brought to you by Christian Motors. Look, with locations in Minnesota, including Fertile and Crookston, they got locations in North Dakota, in Fertile, or in Findlay, Cooperstown, Jamestown, and they have a used superstore in Mayville. There's no excuse not to go to Christian Motors. And, of course, you can visit them online. If you can't make it out to one of their many locations, visit them online, ChristianCarsOnline.com. There's no excuse. Go visit Christian Cars, or go visit Christian Motors. So that is going to do it for our halftime report, of course, brought to you by our friends Joe and Dave McCollum, of course, of Farmers Union Insurance. And so when we come back, we're going to dive into the second half as we get things going. Again, the BGMR Gators with a 33-25 lead over the Thunderbirds here on Gold 101.5 FM, KRJM, and yourliveevent.com.
Serving Mahnomen and the surrounding communities for 34 years, it's Brigham and Super Value, your hometown grocery store in Mahnomen. Stop by today. Great weekly specials, delicious fresh produce, along with baked goods that are baked fresh daily, and a fully stocked meat department. Great deals. You'll find them at your hometown grocery store, Brigham and Super Value. Celebrating 34 years, it's your hometown grocery store, Brigham and Super Value in Mahnomen.
Polk County Public Health and Norman Mahnomen Public Health. Together, we'd like to remind you how important yearly checkups are for children and adolescents. These visits are an excellent time for you and your child to talk to their provider about physical, mental, and sexual health or substance use. Also, don't forget to get caught up on immunizations, including your flu and COVID vaccines. Together, we can build a better future. For questions on the Child and Teen Checkups program, contact your local public health agency or find us on social media.
From all of us at Enbridge, Thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
First National Bank Bemidji isn't just a bank. We're believers in a bright future for the community. Our customers are more than names on a screen. They're neighbors, each with their own story. Every day, we help them reach their dreams, confident that what's good for the community is good for us. We always remember where we're from and who we're here for, because at First National Bank Bemidji, we're better together.
Gordon Construction of Mahnomen is a Native American-owned business proudly operating on the White Earth Indian Reservation since 1983. As a bonded general contractor, Gordon Construction provides years of experience in large, detailed, and within-budget projects. Gordon Construction is committed to the safety of its employees and the environment of its work sites. To learn more about Gordon Construction of Mahnomen, visit gcmahnomen.com or call 218-935-2191. Welcome to Lakes Community Co-op. A new name, familiar faces, continued services, and customer service from your co-op in your community. Lakes Community Co-op. As we move forward, you can depend on us for fuel, propane, animal feed, meat locker plant, milk purchasing and hauling, pet food, hardware, convenience stores, tires, vehicle service, natural gas, and more of our services we provide from Lakes Community Co-op.
YourLiveEvent.com. We have second half action between the BGMR Gators and the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds as we dive into your second half action. And three-point attempt from Elena Bevins, no good. Rebound going over, finding Kinsley Hansen. Kinsley Hansen passing it over to Cassie Dahl. Cassie Dahl gives that over to the outside. Losing that one, stripped away. That one taken by Savannah Keyser. Savannah Keyser. Keyser trying to have that one, has that one taken away. Taken away and running back. That's an open layup, up and good. That one good for BGMR. And Severson will go ahead and fire that one back down. And three-point attempt from Severson is up and no good. So now BGMR trying to hustle back. And that one up and good. That three is drained, and that one knocked down by Kinsley Hansen. She has 9. And now Keyser passing the ball around, finding Bevins, responds. She's got it. Elena Bevins now with 7. The response there from the Thunderbirds at the three-point attempt of their own. Bergsnev now passing to the outside. Hansen thought about the response to the response. Hansen picks up her dribble, gives that back to Cassie Dahl, and gives it back over to Hansen. Hansen driving down the lane, giving to the outside over to Jade Reese. Jade Reese trying to go baseline, gives that over to Hansen. Hansen shot blocked by Williams. Picking up her dribble is Pazernick, who gives it over to Severson. Severson up court, giving that one over to Bevins. Bevins trying to go inside to Williams. Williams trying to dribble that one, and that's going to be a jump ball. So jump ball here in the second half. Again, thank you all for joining us. It's going to be Gator basketball. 16 minutes left to go here in this afternoon matinee girls basketball game. Passing over to the corner. Kinsley Hansen almost trying to go for another three. Doesn't get it. That one rebounded by Severson. Severson getting it over to Bevins and taken back by Blazek. No. Fighting for that one is Pazernick. And that's going to be another jump ball. And it's going to be Thunderbird basketball inbounding. Again, thank you all for joining us. 38-28. Gators leading on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Severson going down in the lane, getting the foul call. A couple of Mustang Seeds free throws on the way. And so that'll be 2 free throws coming for Severson. And, of course, the Mustang Seeds free throw line. That one up and good. Mustang Seeds, planting your future. Contact your local Mustang Seeds rep, just like Blair Hosseth, 701-261-3571. Kendra Severson able to knock down both free throws. She now has 13. Cassie Dahl moves the ball into the forward court, covered by Pazernik, passing over to Bergsnev. Bergsnev moving to her right, trying to work her way inside. Gives it back to Cassie Dahl. Pump fake, going inside, up, getting the foul. Cassie Dahl with a couple of Mustang Seeds free throws on the way. And that foul going to go against Nevaeh Williams. That is her first of the day. And the first Mustang Seeds free throw is up and no good. Next Mustang Seeds free throw for Cassie Dahl is good. So Cassie Dahl now has 3. Moving the ball into the forward court is Kendra Severson. Severson moving the ball around, thought about passing it over, does now over to Pazernik after almost losing it. Pazernik inside, lay-in, off the glass, good. Lexi Pazernik kisses that one off the glass, and that layup is good. 39-32, Gators with the lead. Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Pass over to the corner, that finding Jade Reese. Jade Reese back over, that finding Bergsnev. Bergsnev over to Kinsley Hansen. Hansen thought about the 3. Gives it back over to Cassie Dahl. That one knocked away by Pazernik. That's just going to go out of bounds. Save with the Gators. And the inbounds pass coming from Dahl, finding Bergsnev back over to her left. That finding Blazek. Blazek back over to the corner to Cassie Dahl, firing inside to Reese. No good. Rebound. That finding Nevaeh Williams. Kendra Severson turning on the Jets now, running down court, slowing it down, giving it back to Bevins, who thought about the 3. Elena Bevins moving to center court, passes that one back over to Savannah Keyser. Savannah Keyser gives it over to Bevins. Bevins for 3. Got it! Elena Bevins now with 10 after 2 second-half triples. Gators holding a 4-point lead. Timeout taken by head coach Brad Dahl. Will take it with them. 30 seconds here on Gold 101.5 FM, KRJM, and YourLiveEvent.com.
Larson Parts and Repair Inc., Highway 59 in Bijou does it all. They provide full shop services for your tractors, combines, trucks, pickups, and cars. Their tire department carries a full line of name brand tires, and they've got state-of-the-art alignment equipment. And don't forget about the parts department. They have parts for just about anything, right down to your lawnmower. Call today, 218-935-2774. Larson Parts and Repair Inc., Highway 59 in Bijou.
On YourLiveEvent.com, as we have the Gators currently leading 39-35 on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Inbounding will be Kenzie Dahl, finding Bergsnev. Bergsnev into the forward court at the logo. Moving to her left, passing that one over to Blazek. Blazek back over to Bergsnev. Bergsnev back over to Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl to her left, giving to Blazek. Back to her right to Kenzie Dahl. Back to her right, throwing down low over to Jade Reese. Kenzie Dahl with the jumper just inside the three-point arc. No. Rebound by Blazek. Off the glass and good. Tessany Blazek with 8 here, or with 10, I'm sorry, with 8 this afternoon. There we go. And Nevaeh Williams passed back out to the outside, finding Bevins. That one knocked away by Blazek, so it's going to be staying with the Gators. So that's going to be a foul against Blazek. That is her first of the afternoon. 13:23 left to go on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. That one swatted away. Kendra Severson trying to get the layup. That one absolutely rejected out of bounds, going over to Jade Reese. Or knocked out of bounds by Jade Reese. And Bevins trying to inbound. That one knocked away. Kenzie Dahl taking it back. Now in transition. Kenzie Dahl trying to lose that one. Gives that over to Jade Reese, but they're going to call a foul. 2 free throws on the way. And that foul going against Lexi Pazernick. That's Pazernick's first foul of the afternoon. So Jade Reese will shoot 2. The first one up and good. Of course, the Mustang Seeds free throws. So now Jade Reese, second Mustang Seeds free throw on the way, is up and no good. Rebound by Pazernick. Pazernick surveying the defense of the Gators. Gives that over to Keyser. Keyser cross-court over to Bevins. Bevins thought about the 3. Gives that back over to Severson. Severson. Cross, down low, jumper, no good. Rebound going over to Reese. Jade Reese hustling back. Kendra Severson covering. Cross-court pass. Shot up by the Gators, no good. Rebound by Bergsnev. They're going to say it was a jump ball after she came down with it. Fought for by Nevaeh Williams and Kendra Severson. There's one thing that you can bank on. It's going to be Kendra Severson sliding all over the floor trying to get a loose ball. Gators with a 42-35 lead. Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. And shot going up and no good, but the foul is going to be called. Kinsley Hansen will shoot 2 Mustang Seeds free throws. That foul going against Severson. And so now the free throw on the way for Kinsley Hansen. That one is up, and that one no good. Ball bounced up there, thought about it, and fell next to the iron. Next to the back iron there. Second Mustang Seeds free throw is up and good. So that is the 10th point of the night for Kinsley Hansen. Pass over to Elena Bevins. Elena Bevins back over to Savannah Keyser, who finds Bevins in the corner, trying to go inside with Pazernick. No good. Rebound. That one going over to Jade Reese. And now moving back down. Pass is from Keyser trying to find Bergsnev, and they're going to get the foul. That foul going against Pazernick. That's Pazernick's second. Irie Insurance substitution as Bergsnev comes out. Coming in will be Jordan Lee, the junior. And the officials getting the official whistle. And the inbounds pass is tipped and taken away by Pazernick. Pazernick tries to save it and does, but it goes over to the Gators. The layup is missed. That pass going up to Pazernick. Pazernick hustling down court. Gives that over to Bevins. Bevins back to Severson for 3. No good. Rebound that going to Blazek. Blazek now going across the half-court line. Picks up her dribble. Gives it to Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl over to the outside. Pazernick is going to get dinged for the foul there. Called for the reach, and that's going to be the 3rd foul against Lexi Pazernick. Quick 3 fouls for Pazernick, and it looks like we're going to get an Irie Insurance substitution. As coming in will be Bryn MacArthur for Pazernick. Inbounds will be by Kenzie Dahl and passes that over to Blazek. Blazek back to Dahl. Kenzie Dahl working to her left. Gives that over to Jordan Lee. Gives it back to Dahl, who passes back over to Blazek to her right. Blazek to Kenzie Dahl, top of the key. Gives it over to Jordan Lee. Back to Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl working her way by the elbow. Gets a shot up. No good. Rebound. Fought for by Kinsley Hansen. They're going to call a foul. And so it will be BGMR basketball. And the foul is going to be against Kendra Severson. So the inbounds pass coming from Reese. Reese passes that over to Kenzie Dahl. 11:20 and counting here in the second half. Pass to the left side over to Blazek, trying to go inside to Hansen. Hansen firing over to Reese. Layup up, no good. Second chance opportunity, no good. Rebound by Severson. Severson back over to Keyser. Keyser down court to Bevins. Bevins going with the layup up off the glass. No. Rebound by Reese. Reese back in transition. Firing down court. Kenzie Dahl blocked by Severson. And it's going to be out of bounds, a Gator basketball. This has been an excellent defensive back and forth here for the last couple of minutes. Another Irie Insurance substitution as Jade Reese will come out. And timeout taken by Mahnomen Waubun. We'll take it with them here on Gold 101.5 FM, KRJM, and YourLiveEvent.com. We'll be back in 30.
Realty can be confusing. That's why it's important to choose a professional when you're buying or selling. Anthony Lavoie with Lavoie Realty Incorporated offers full commercial real estate services, agricultural land sales, hunting land sales, all categories of commercial real estate sales, commercial space leasing, real estate consulting, and real estate investing. Contact Anthony today. 218-261-1137. Anthony Lavoie with Lavoie Realty Incorporated. At the Mahnomen School District, their mission is to provide the opportunity for high achievement for all learners, promoting academics, citizenship, and individual self-esteem with an emphasis on 21st century skills. For more information on the Mahnomen School District and what's going on at the school, log on to www.mahnomen.k12.mn.us. Good luck to the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds from the faculty, staff, and students at the Mahnomen School District.
Welcome back here to Waubun, where the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds taking action going against the Badger Greenbush Middle River here today as the Gators lead by 8, 43-35 at Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Inbounds pass to the Gators going to the corner. Kinsley Hansen passing that one back over to Jordan Lee. Jordan Lee back over to the corner to Hansen. Hansen thought about the three, giving that back over to Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl trying to work her way inside, giving it back to Hansen. Hansen passes to the right, swatted away by Severson, but that one recovered there by Jordan Lee. Jordan Lee working to her right, picks up her dribble, covered by Bryn MacArthur, gives that over to Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl at the elbow, gives it over to Blazek in the corner. Blazek down, and that one almost knocked away, and Kenzie Dahl with the layup up and good. Kenzie Dahl with 8. Firing down court is Kendra Severson. Bryn MacArthur with the layup up, no good, and fighting for that one is going to be a jump ball. So it will stay Thunderbird basketball. When it comes to Bryn MacArthur here this season, she's done a really good job of bringing that added intensity off the bench, and especially that defensive intensity in fighting for those extra possessions. Katie Clark with the ball underneath the hoop for the Thunderbirds, finding MacArthur. MacArthur trying to get the shot up, no, and almost recovered is by Bevins. Elena Bevins trying to get the shot up, and she will draw the foul. So that foul going against Kinsley Hansen. That is her second of the afternoon. 10:05 left to go here in the ballgame. And the first Mustang Seeds free throw is up and good. Lena Bevins now with 11. So the second Mustang Seeds free throw on the way. Up and good. Bevins now with 12 here this afternoon. And now the Gators bring the ball into the forward court with Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl passing that one over to Jordan Lee. Jordan Lee has that one taken away by Severson. Severson now in transition, going up with the layup, up and good. Kendra Severson now with 15 for the Thunderbirds. Lead trimmed down to 6. Dahl moving the ball to the left side, over to Blazek. Elbow shot, up, doesn't touch the basket. That one grabbed by Katie Clark, gives that over to Severson. Severson up court to Keyser. Keyser down to Bevins. Bevins thought about the three, gives it back to Severson. Gives it back to Bevins for 3. Got it! Elena Bevins tying a game high with 15. Bevins and Severson have combined for 30 points for the Thunderbirds here this afternoon. Kenzie Dahl picks up her dribble, gives that over to Kinsley Hansen. That one taken away by Severson. Severson now in transition. She goes up with the layup and good. She has 17. And what was once a 10-point lead has been trimmed down to 1. Just under 9 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Kenzie Dahl moving to her right, gives it over to Blazek, who touch passes it back. Outside jumper for Hansen, got it! It has been a three-point onslaught this afternoon in Waubun, and timeout taken 48-44. It's going to be a full timeout taken. We'll be back here in 30 on yourliveevent.com and Gold 101.5 FM KRJM.
Welcome to Freezy Freeze. Would you like chocolate or vanilla? Chocolate or vanilla. That's what we got.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's a really big decision.
It's two things.
Yeah, I know, but I can't make these kinds of decisions locally.
If you've talked to a banker recently, you know this conversation isn't really that far-fetched. But at Midwest Bank, we're local people making local decisions locally for the good of locals. Midwest Bank, the local bank. Member FDIC.
And welcome back here to Waubun as the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds and Badger Greenbush Middle River Gators have really been in a back-and-forth affair here this afternoon. Quick Christian Motors statistics here for you. As for the Gators, Kinsley Hansen leading the way with 13. She's had two triplets here this second half, as well as a pair of Gators with Tessany Blazek, as well as Kenzie Dahl, both with 8. Meanwhile, for the Thunderbirds, 15 points for Elena Bevins and 17 points for Kendra Severson have been the difference here this afternoon. The inbounds pass to Kendra Severson of the Thunderbirds. Severson picks up her dribble, fires inside to Bass, and that one knocked away by Hansen. Picked up by Cassie Dahl. Cassie Dahl moving the ball down court into the forward court now. Directing traffic, giving that one over to Jade Reese. Jade Reese cross-court pass. Corner shot from Dahl. No good. Rebound going to Katie Clark. Katie Clark giving that one over to Severson. Severson brings the ball into the forward court. Covered by Reese. Drive, pass over to Maddie Bass. Maddie Bass is going to travel. That's a turnover. And so now it's going to be Gator basketball. 8:04 left to go here in the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. 48-44, Gators lead. Cassie Dahl with the ball, passing over to Kenzie Dahl, who passed over to Jade Reese in the corner. Back over to Cassie Dahl, almost lost it. Cassie Dahl trying to fire that one down court. That one going off the hand of Kendra Severson. And the inbounds pass will come from Jade Reese for the Gators, finding Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl back to Reese. Reese wanting to do the cross-court pass, intercepted there by Maddie Bass. Maddie Bass now running and slows it back down, gives it over to Kendra Severson for three, no good, rebound. That one going to Savannah Kieser. Savannah Kieser will dribble it back up beyond the three-point arc, gives it to Bryn MacArthur. MacArthur over to Maddie Bass. Maddie Bass going inside, tries to pass that one over, and Savannah Kieser able to save that and going out of bounds with it. It's going to stay with the Thunderbirds, as that was Kinsley Hansen who tried to dive for that one but slid out of bounds. Another Irie Insurance substitution. Elena Bevins coming in for Bryn MacArthur. The inbounds pass to come from Maddie Bass. Maddie Bass finding Kendra Severson. Severson back over to Bass, or to Bevins, excuse me. Bevins, they're going to call double dribble. Double dribble there on Elena Bevins. That's a turnover. 7:07 left to go here in the ball game. And the inbounds pass from Kenzie Dahl to Cassie Dahl, who gives it back to Kenzie. And the three-point shot thought about by Kinsley Hansen. That one tipped away and brought in by Bergsnev. And the pass over to Reese. Reese firing inside to Cassie Dahl, gives it over to Kenzie Dahl for the jumper. No, and Severson now off and running in transition. Layup up, good. Kendra Severson with 19. It's a two-point ball game. Kenzie Dahl with the ball. Kenzie Dahl back over to Bergsnev. And they're going to call Bergsnev for a travel. The Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds fans are back in it here on the other side as they are feeling the swing of momentum. The inbounds pass going over to Severson. Kendra Severson over to Bevins. Bevins over to Keyser, top of the key, just past the logo. And throwing it inside over to Nevaeh Williams, mid-range jumper, good. Bottom of the net. We're all knotted up at 48 on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Moving the ball into the forward court is Jade Reese of the Gators. Pass over, three-point shot thought about by Hansen. And moving the ball inside, that's going to be a turnover. Pass going out of bounds, Thunderbird basketball. And the fans here in Waubun are getting excited. They feel the turn as we just passed the 6-minute mark left in the ball game. Severson with the ball, firing over to Keyser for three. No good. Rebound going over to Hansen. Kinsley Hansen moving the ball into the forward court. Slows it down, gives it back over to Bergsnev. Bergsnev over to Hausker. Hausker back to Hausker over to Reese. Reese back over to Hausker. Hausker, layup, no good. Rebound, that going to Keyser. Keyser down to Bevins, knocked away by Reese though. Reese taking it back, trying to go up with it. That one taken back by Maddie Bass. Maddie Bass firing it up to Bevins. Bevins in transition. She's going up with it. That blocked away. Good defense and good recovery there by Keisha Hausker. And it will be Bevins with the ball underneath the hoop. Inbounds to Severson, shot up and draws the foul. So two more Mustang Seeds free throws coming for Kendra Severson. That foul going against Jade Reese. That is Reese's third foul of the game. 5:18 left to go in the ball game, and the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds taking the lead. Kendra Severson has 20. After that, Mustang Seeds free throw made. Second Mustang Seeds free throw is up and good. Kendra Severson with 21. 50-48. Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Pass going around, that one. Finding Hansen in the corner. No. Rebound fought for, and it's going to be a jump ball. It will stay with the Gators. Gators fans upset with the lack of a foul call, but no dice. Inbounds to Jade Reese. Pass back over. Reese with the ball. Reese swinging it back around, firing it down to Cassie Dahl, and that one taken away by the Thunderbirds. Severson, full court pass down to Bass, and Bass picks it up, gives it back to Keyser. Keyser picks it up, gives it back over to Bevins. Bevins finding Severson. Severson in and Nevaeh Williams, good pass, no good. Nevaeh Williams almost with the lay-in there. Great pass and good vision there from the Thunderbirds. Pass going around for the Gators now. Hausker with the ball. Pass going inside, back out, and that's going to be a turnover. It's going to be Thunderbird basketball. Inbounds pass coming from Maddie Bass is another Irie Insurance substitution. Coming out is going to be Hausker. And now moving the ball into the forward court is Kendra Severson. Severson over to Bevins. Bevins dribbles it inside herself, passes down over to Nevaeh Williams. Severson able to recover it. Pass over to Bevins. Bevins back to Severson. Severson fires it over to Keyser. Just a miscommunication, as it looked like Severson thought that Keyser was going to continue coming to her. Keyser cuts inside. Ball goes out of bounds. Timeout taken by the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds. We're going to keep it here. Let's go through some Christian Motor statistics again now for the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds as they took the lead here late here in the second half. I believe that's their first lead of the ball game here. And Kendra Severson with 21 points leading the way. The backcourt mates between Kendra Severson and Elena Bevins today combining for 36 of the Thunderbirds' 50 points here this afternoon. As Maddie Bass adding in 4, Nevaeh Williams adding in 6, and Lexi Pazernick and Savannah Keyser both adding in 2. On the other side, Kinsley Hansen leading the way with 13 points for the Gators, and a pair of Gators with 8, that being Tessany Blaznek and Hannah Bergsnev, Kenzie Dahl, both with 8. Kenzie Dahl will inbound over to Jade Reese. Reese brings the ball into the forward court. And the pass going to the outside over to Hansen. Back over to Dahl. Dahl over to Blazek. Blazek has that one taken away by Severson. Severson able to create the turnover. Kendra Severson moving the ball into the forward court. Passes that one over to Keyser. Keyser on the left side. Back over to Bevins on the right. Bevins thought about the three. Gives it back to Maddie Bass. Back over to Severson. 3 minutes, 30 seconds and counting left to go here on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Avea Williams in the corner. Gives it over to Maddie Bass. Maddie Bass. Pass over to Keyser. Keyser for three. No good. Rebound. That's going to be a foul. That's going to be a foul going against Kendra Severson, and that is a massive one. That is her fourth. One more, and Kendra Severson's day is done. Hannah Bergsnev coming in the Irie Insurance substitution. Coming out is going to be Tessany Blaznek. And actually, with that foul, that's going to be Mustang Seeds free throws coming as now, and again, this is a key stat to remember now for the rest of the ball game. The Gators are in the bonus now for the rest of the ball game. That free throw missing, rebounded by Severson. Severson down court to Maddie Bass. Maddie Bass called for a travel. So that turnover, it's going to be Gator basketball. 3:10 and counting left to go on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Passing that one inside to Cassie Dahl. Back over to Kenzie Dahl, who fires over to Kinsley Hansen in the corner, gives it back to Kenzie. Kenzie down low, shot going up for Bergsnev, tie ball game. She has 9. Kendra Severson, pass over to Bevins. Bevins, covered by Kenzie Dahl, firing inside and Avea Williams, shot up, no good, but she will get 2 Mustang Seeds free throws. That foul, another crucial one, Cassie Dahl, that one going against Dahl, that is her 4th. We're all knotted up at 50. The first Mustang Seeds free throw is up, no good. A rare miss at the free throw stripe here, the Mustang Seeds free throw line here tonight. Just 4 misses tonight from the Thunderbirds. Free throw is up, no good. And the rebound going over to Cassie Dahl. Cassie Dahl into the forward court, covered by Maddie Bass. Picks up her dribble, passes over to the corner, over to Kenzie Dahl, gives it over to Reese for 3. Got it! Jade Reese with 5. Inbounds to Kendra Severson. Severson. Top of the key, gives it over to Savannah Keyser. Savannah Keyser. Inside, Elena Bevins trying to give that one to Nevaeh Williams. No. That one taken by Jade Reese. Jade Reese down court over to Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl inside over to Kinsley Hansen. No good. Rebound by Bergsnev, Rebound there by Hansen after the miss. Kenzie Dahl with the ball. Just under 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. 3-point lead for the Gators. Shot going up for Kenzie Dahl. Off the glass and good. Kenzie Dahl with 10. Now Severson moves the ball into the forward court. Kendra Severson gives it over to Bevins. Bevins is going to be called for the foul. That foul going against Kenzie Dahl. That is her first. Coming in is going to be Katie Clark and Lexi Pasternak. Again, our Irie Insurance substitutions. Nevaeh Williams and Maddie Bass coming out. And the inbounds pass coming from Bevins. That goes to Katie Clark. Katie Clark back to Bevins. Hands it over to Severson. Severson getting the screen from Clark. Severson has that one knocked away. Taken back by the Gators. Gators off and running in transition. And that one taken away by Severson. Severson up court, giving it over to Keyser. Keyser down court to Bevins. Knocked away. Knocked away by Kenzie Dahl. And able to stay Thunderbird basketball, but they stopped the transition attack there from the Thunderbirds. 1:12 left to go here on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. And timeout taken, full timeout taken by the Gators. We'll take it with them right here on Gold 101.5 FM, KRJM, and YourLiveEvent.com.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
As at yourliveevent.com, Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds down by 5 to the BGMR Gators. This has been a great back and forth as we're tied up just 2 minutes ago, but now the Gators seemingly getting things going on offense, playing hard on defense, and now it is the Thunderbird basketball trying to come back and trying to pull out this win here today. The inbounds pass coming from the Thunderbirds, finding Severson, shot up by Bevins, no, rebound going over to Bergsnev. Bergsnev moving the ball into the forward court. Taken away by Severson. Severson going in transition. Layup up. Good. 3-point ball game. Less than a minute left to go here. Reese with the ball. Pass over to Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl pass back over to Reese. Reese back over to the corner to Cassie Dahl. And that's going to be timeout taken. Timeout taken by the Gators. It will be 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 41.7 seconds left to go here in the ball game. And now the Thunderbirds, after that quick steal, just a 3-point ball game now, as Kendra Severson, the senior, leading the way here today with 23 points. And Elena Bevins having 15 as well. But now just a one-possession game, and the Thunderbirds distinctly in this one, but they have to make sure that they do not foul, as they do not have any more fouls to give. Any foul will lead the Gators to the Mustang Seeds free throw stripe, so they got to create a turnover here. Pazernik covering the inbounds pass from Cassie Dahl, and it goes over to Jade Reese. Jade Reese picks up her dribble, gives it back over to Cassie Dahl, goes inside to Kinsley Hansen, and the foul is going to be called, that being on Katie Clark. That's Clark's second of the ball game here. And that will send Hansen to the free throw stripe. Nevaeh Williams will be the Irie Insurance substitution here for Katie Clark. And the Mustang Seeds free throw on the way. He's going to be up and good. So that makes it a two-possession ball game, as Kinsley Hansen adds to her team high point total with 14. And that one not able to touch the rim, so that one will be Thunderbird basketball. So the lead stays at 4. The inbounds pass will go to Severson. Severson picks it up right by the logo, brings it into the forward court. Pass it over to Bevins. Bevins thought about the three, going inside, and the foul. Let's see who the foul is going to be called on. And that foul is going to go against Cassie Dahl. That will be her afternoon. That is her 5th and final foul. So her day is done. She finishes with 3 points. Coming in will be Tessany Blazik. And as the Thunderbirds get things situated, Katie Clark coming back in, Irie Insurance substitution, coming in for Nevaeh Williams. 28.2 seconds left to go here in this ball game. Elena Bevins at the free throw stripe. Free throw is up and good. She has 16. The next Mustang Seeds free throw from Elena Bevins is going to go up and good. Elena Bevins now with 17. The inbounds pass knocked away by Severson. That's going to go out of bounds. The full court press is on for the Thunderbirds. And the inbounds pass coming. That one finding Kenzie Dahl. Kenzie Dahl back cross court. And Jade Reese trying to cut through. Almost had the steal. Firing down court. Layup up and good. Tessany Blazek with 10. Now Severson hurrying down court over to Keyser. Gives that back over to Katie Clark. Katie Clark thought about the three. Gives that down. That's going to go out of bounds. And that will be Gator basketball. 5.3 seconds left. A 4-point lead for the Gators. Thunderbirds trying to pull out the win. The inbounds pass finding Bergsnev. And they're going to call a foul. 2.9 seconds left to go. They will send Bergsnev to the free throw stripe. My goodness, has it been a great afternoon of basketball here in Waubun. Again, thank you all for joining us on Gold 101.5 FM KRJM and YourLiveEvent.com. And the first Mustang Seed free throw is up and good. That one good for Bergsnev. She has 10. And the second one is up for Bergsnev and good. She finishes with 11 here tonight. As the inbound pass to Severson. Severson from half court, almost. But that's going to be no dice, as your final is going to be BGMR getting the win, 60-54 on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. We will have your post-game report here coming up in just a little bit. Of course, brought to you by our friends over at Irie Insurance. And we'll go through your post-game awards as well as talk to some of the players and coaches here following the game here. So stay tuned, again, on Gold 101.5 FM KRJM and YourLiveEvent.com.
From shoulder to hand, hips to toes, and everything in between, the Riverview Health Orthopedic Team has you covered. With advanced training and joint replacements, upper and lower extremity, spine, foot, and ankle care, you know you'll be in good hands with Dr. Spinell, Schall, Sekundiak, Stanky, Kim, and Abasi. For appointments, call Riverview Clinic at 218-281-9595.
Riverview Health, exceptional people, exceptional care. Riverview Health.
Winter is a planning season for farmers, a time when your mind is on your fields. But the shorter days doesn't mean there's less work to be done. At Sis van der Haaf, we know that lower temps won't cool your passion for production. We're continually striving to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sis van der Haaf, a passion that grows.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education. Where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
It's always growing season here at United Valley Bank. We're focused on growth for our customers and communities, success for farms and businesses, and improvement for ourselves. Partner with us, and you'll see firsthand just how much the right hometown banking team can change your perspective. Together, there's no limit to the heights we can reach.
United Valley Bank, our roots make us stronger.
Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
White Earth Enterprises on Highway 59 south of Waubun. Building supplies, office supplies, and a full line of apparel as well. Check out the building supplies with home improvement, building material, appliances, and stuff for the DIY guy. Or maybe it's office supplies you need. And they have a full line of apparel, including a full line of Thunderbird apparel. Stop by White Earth Enterprises. They're on Highway 59 south of Waubun. It's White Earth Enterprises.
You can enjoy the comfort and convenience of electric heat and save money too by installing off-peak heating in your new or existing home. Wild Rice Electric's off-peak program offers a lower electric heating rate that is 40 to 50% below the regular service rate, making electricity one of the most stable and cost-effective energy sources available. Learn more about saving money while staying warm this winter by contacting Wild Rice Electric, your member-owned cooperative.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
YourLiveEvent.com, our final here this afternoon. BGMR getting the win 60-54. And again, a great contest back and forth between these two teams as we get into the Irie Insurance post-game report. Of course, visit IrieInsurance.com, and they have locations in Hope, Hillsboro, West Fargo, Mackville, Devil's Lake, and Towner. Your leader in crop insurance, locally owned and independent insurance agency. Best service, best coverage, best value. See them for auto, flood, homeowners, renters, disability, health, life, long-term care, commercial business, crop, hail, and multi-peril insurance. You name it, they got it over at Irie Insurance. So, when it comes to our post-game report, let's go ahead and start things out when it comes to our Christian Motor statistics as we go through all of these here for you. So, let's start with the Badger Greenbush Middle River Gators here this afternoon. Leading the way, Kinsley Hansen with 14. Following her in points was Hannah Bergsnev with 11. And then Tessany Blazek with 10, as well as Kenzie Dahl off the bench with 10. Following them was 5 points from Jade Reese, then 4 points from Kiesha Hausker, and 3 points from Cassie Dahl, and 2 points from Reagan Kuzna for the Gators. On the other side for Mahnomen Waubun, leading the way in points was Kendra Severson with 23, but it really was Kendra Severson and Elena Bevins was the main story here for the Thunderbirds, as Severson had 23, Bevins had 17. The two of them, again, combining for 40 of the team's 54 points here this afternoon. And following both of them was Nevaeh Williams with 6 this afternoon. Maddie Bass with 4 and 2 points from Savannah Kieser and Lexi Pazdernick. So those are your stats brought to you by our friends over at Christian Motors. And, of course, Christian Motors, make sure you stop by for the absolute best selection in used cars, of course, with locations in Minnesota, including Fertile and Crookston, and locations in North Dakota, including Findlay, Cooperstown, Jamestown, and their used superstore in Mayville. There's no excuse not to go to Christian Motors. They have the absolute best selection. Make sure you stop by in person. If you can't make it, go and visit them online at ChristianCarsOnline.com. Christian Motors. Special thanks to them for sponsoring our statistics. And now let's go ahead and dive into some of our awards here as well, as we start out with the RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game, and that is going to be going over to that one is going to go over. That one's going to actually be given out to Tessany Blazek. Tessany Blazek, she did a good job there in the first half, really being precise, being able to cut through the defense and do a good job getting a few baskets up there. She had 6 points there in the first half. In the second half, able to be precise on the defensive end and get a few rebounds. She was precise, especially with her play. So she is our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the game. And look, we're less than 90 days until spring planting. That's right, 90 days. Are you ready? Is your maintenance plan in place? Do you have the parts on hand? Any upgrades options that you decided on and purchase? Look, we can help. Spring will be here before you know it, and we will help you meet that challenge. Contact RDK Enterprises at planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com. So, again, that is your RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. And, again, as we continue to go through here as well, we will also be shortly joined by head coach Brad Dahl of the BGMR Gators, as well as our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game here shortly. But to break down all of this game, again, your final here, 60-54, BGMR able to get the win. And joining me now is going to be, which one first? All right.
Kinsley's can go.
All right, perfect. Kinsley.
She's got the gift of gab.
There you go. Kinsley Hansen joining me. She is our RDK Enterprises precision player. She is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. There we go. And so, Kinsley, 14 points for you tonight. It really felt like you were able to get into a rhythm early, and then especially that second half, able to get a couple of three-pointers for you early on as well. Is it something that you kind of felt pregame and you felt kind of into a rhythm early on, or is that something that kind of comes as the game comes along for you?
It definitely comes in as the game goes on. In the beginning, I usually start out slow, and then once I get moving, I'm like, all right, I got to get going. Coach gets me going. He's like, come on, Kinsley, and then I'm in. So.
And then, it felt like your team as a whole was really good when it came to ball movement, especially, whether it be with the starters and also with the players coming off the bench as well. Is that something that, Coach Dahl has really been trying to emphasize with you guys?
Well, we've been playing together since we were tiny. So it's just always been, we read each other, play well together, and Coach, definitely in practice, we work a lot on ball movements, and
Does that give you guys an advantage, being able to play with each other, knowing where everybody likes to have the ball?
Oh, yes, definitely. Us seniors, we've been playing together since we were 8, just us 6, through it all, so it's awesome.
And then, people talk about, offense, obviously, you have the skills, everything like that, but on defense, it's more of a mentality. Mm-hmm. And is that something that you guys have been trying to focus on, especially? Because it felt like in the second half, once they started to kind of get that momentum, you guys were able to lock down in those last few minutes.
Yes, defense has always been a strong suit for us, and now with the shot clock this year, this gym didn't have it, but it's like you work hard for that 35 seconds, try to get a stop. And if we work hard on defense, then we can rest on offense. That's our mindset that we try to have. Because defense wins games.
Seriously.
Yes.
And on top of that as well, for you guys, Saturday afternoon basketball, not necessarily something that everybody's used to at that point. For you guys, is that something that, coming off a game last night, being able to come into an afternoon game, how was the quick turnaround for you guys here this afternoon?
Yeah, it definitely was. It was a late night last night. We got started way late, but came here and we're like, hey, we get to play basketball today. It's mindset.
And then what's an aspect of your game that you've been focusing on this year on improving, and how's that been coming along for you?
Leadership. I need to take people under my wing, I think, as my role as a senior that's been playing for forever, taking people under my wing and telling them that it's okay to mess up and scoring when I need to and be big on boards and defense. So.
And so that is Kinsley Hansen, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game here tonight with 14 points. Kinsley, I'll go ahead and have you pick a shirt out of the bag here for you.
Thank
you. Go ahead and have that, of course. And now I'll go ahead and pass this over to head coach Brad Dahl. And
all right,
Coach, we talked pregame.
Good job, Kinsley.
And when it comes to your team, we talked about being able to push the pace a little bit. You talked about ball movement. You had 4 girls that were in double figures here this afternoon. For what you guys were able to do, it felt like you guys were having a lot of success early on.
Yeah, and, sometimes, like I said before, too, we have different people step up at different times. I didn't even realize we had 4 people in double figures, but that I'm glad to hear that. They do a lot of really good things to give themselves a little advantage. And like today, we were able to build up a little bit of a lead. Then we lose the lead. And, I talked to him after the game here, and I just said, sometimes you deliberately don't call timeouts, because as well as we can play, we do definitely go through our lulls and struggles. And the Thunderbirds were bringing the heat and battled back. I think we had it to 10-13 right away, and then it was dropped down. We lost the lead, And I told him, I said, sometimes you don't call timeouts. You kind of just have to see, what are you made of? What can you do? I thought today they buckled down a little bit more on defense and were able to hit a couple big shots and respond back and ultimately got the win. So that makes everybody happy.
Well, and you mentioned, hitting a few big shots, especially, Kinsley was one of them that had a big three-pointer. That you had a lot of responses back and forth there as well. What does it say about your girls that you're not only able to take that punch and come back, but able to also respond and throw back a punch of your own?
Today it was wonderful to see because we've struggled at times, more times than not, like with the outside shots, and we definitely hit some big ones today. And again, it's just momentum. You start getting that good feel, and you get that ball moving. You catch the ball with your feet in the right spot, get that good release point, and hey, we made some. So some big ones at big times.
And the other side of it too, we talk about how much senior leadership you have on your squad there. For a game like today, where again you have that lead built up, they're able to come back, but you're able to prevail. Do you think that adds an extra battle test for you guys as we get closer and closer towards playoffs?
Definitely. Every close one, you hopefully learn from that. You grow a little bit. You figure out what worked and what didn't work. And I told them, I said to go back and look, because when Mahnomen Waubun switched into that 1-2-2 look, it took us a while to figure things out, and we still had opportunities, I think, where we missed, and we, maybe didn't make the best decision with the ball and executing into the right spot, but they look at that, see it, and hopefully they can talk to each other about it too. And because I know, just like in teaching kids, sometimes the way I say things, it doesn't really sink in as well as when they communicate with each other. They maybe say it a little different. It's not coming from me, so maybe it all depends on. So, but yeah, they found a way to win today, and that's great.
And I mentioned 4 girls that are in double figures. One especially being Kenzie Dahl off the bench. We talked about the senior leadership, but Kenzie, the sophomore, coming off the bench for you guys, able to give you double figures. What does that say about your bench unit at that point, that somebody like Kenzie is able to come in and not just lead the offense, but able to give you point production there coming off the bench?
Yeah, she made some good decisions. She has the ability to do that, and when people are moving and she gets into the lane a little bit, she kind of, some of her moves look a little quirky because she likes to do a little Euro step through, and like I said, sometimes it looks like a travel. I usually argue it's not because she's just stepping through, but she got a few shots to drop, and that's great. It's building on her confidence, and we kind of need that.
All right, Coach, what do you guys got coming up next year?
Next week, actually, we just have one game. We play KCC at home, and then I think from there on, it's 2 or 3 games a week.
All right, Coach. Well, hey, best of luck. Looking forward to seeing how your girls perform the rest of the season.
Thank you much, and thank you for working our game today.
Of course. Happy to be here. Again, Coach Brad Dahl joining me, as well as Kinsley Hansen, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game here this afternoon. We'll take another timeout. When we come back, we'll get into more of our awards, as well as speak with Mahnomen Waubun head coach Zach Quall coming up here on YourLiveEvent.com and Gold 101.5 FM KRJM. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Here's a fresh trade on the lot at Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada. 2014 Versatile DT550 has 30-inch tracks, high-flow differential locks, 2,050 hours, priced at $289,000. Also a 39-foot Wilrich chisel plow. Make your deals on this and this new fresh trade 2014 Versatile DT550. Talk with Chuck O'Neill at Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada, 218-784-2961. They thank you for your business. Lee Brothers Sales, Highway 9 in Ada, invites you to order your new Buick and Chevrolet vehicles. From the Silverado, Trailblazers, Traverse, and Enclave, Lee Brothers is your authorized Chevrolet and Buick dealer, providing sales and a service to the area since 1975. For ordering your vehicles, talk with Mitch, Smurf, or Jay. Trust the experts who know your vehicles best and take advantage of great Chevy certified service offers today. Lee Brothers Sales, Highway 9, Ada, 218-784-2000.
And YourLiveEvent.com. And joining me now, we have head coach Zach Quall of the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds. And Coach, despite the loss here tonight, again, the BGMR Gators getting the win at 60-54 over the Thunderbirds. Got to say, heck of an effort from your girls here tonight, especially after the overtime win over Sacred Heart. Just two very close contested games down to the wire.
Yeah, we told our kids a couple weeks back, like, this, we got to get used to these games. This is going to be our norm all season. I don't think we're going to have very many blowouts one way or the other. And, so we've been in these tight games. I want to say, we've played 14 of them now or something like that. But I want to say like 8 or 9, maybe even 10 are close games. So, and they are going to continue down the season. I don't foresee it changing. So.
Yeah, and you guys 7-7 now after the loss here today. And, the one big standout for me really was, second half, guys, your girls were coming off being down by 8. Really seemed like you guys adjusted well, especially defensively.
Yeah, we threw that little zone at them and trapped them a little bit and allowed our quick kids to get a steal and get in transition, and that was a good adjustment on our coaching staff, so we just did some really good things. But I think the more important thing is it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And I think how we did it tonight with so much effort and so much gusto, I think that was what I like to see. Our kids played so hard, and I thought that was our best rebounding performance of the night or of the year, and it had to be, because BGMR is just an incredible rebounding team, and we had to match them toe for toe, otherwise we were going to get blown out, to be honest with you. And we stepped up to the challenge and did that. Now, moving forward, our group's challenge is because right now BGMR is the number 1 team on their side of our section, and so we told the kids, like, you can play with anybody if you play that way, the way you played today. And so the challenge moving forward is to do that every night, and I think if we do, then I think we're gonna like how our season ends, to be honest with you. And that's not saying it's gonna end in any championship or banners or anything like that, but we're gonna be able to look back and say we gave it our all, and we played hard, and we put ourselves in a position to be successful, and that's what counts.
And when you talk about your girls here today as well, you got to start. We talked about her before the game, Kendra Severson, but Kendra Severson and Elena Bevins combined for 40 points here this afternoon. 23 out of Kendra and 17 out of Elena Bevins. Just fantastic effort from both of your seniors here.
Yeah, I mean, those are two kids that have been in our program and know our expectations, and I think they're starting to realize, like, this is coming down to the wire for us, and this will be it, and so we're going to give it everything we got every night. And Kendra's usually our engine that kind of makes everything go in terms of motor and just effort and energy. She just creates a lot creates a lot of energy within the game, and then when Elena's knocking down shots, she's really good too. And like we talked about off air, it's happened in spurts for her. When she's on a high, it's really high. So we try to keep those highs going as long as possible. And she's a good shooter. She's got good form. She knocks down good shots, and she takes good shots. She doesn't force things too much. And she's really been extending her range a little bit. She's not just toes on the three-point shooter anymore. She can step back a foot or two and still have confidence in making that shot. So yeah, when those two are playing well, it's a good night for us. But I'm just proud overall of the kids' effort, because offensively that's great. You score all these points, but defensively is where we're going to have to hang our hat on, and I think that we made a really big step in the right direction today, as we did on Thursday against Sacred Heart. I think we're just trending in the right direction, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So that's the key, and hopefully we can keep doing that.
And one area especially where I got to commend your girls today was in the first half, really limiting their fouls and really staying out of foul trouble for the most part. Felt like they played a really clean first half of the game.
Yeah, that definitely helped us. That allows us, especially when our first 5 are out of foul trouble, because it allows us to be more aggressive in the second half. When we switched that zone, we could switch to more of a trapping zone versus just sitting into it in the help side and not really doing a lot out of it. When you're not in foul trouble, you can be a little bit more aggressive. You can go after steals a little bit harder, and if you foul, so what? It's what it is. But yeah, that's really good defensive effort. And then the other thing with that too is being in the correct spots, right? So if you're in the right help side spots and you're not chasing to get to that help side too late, that's where a lot of our fouls come from is, oh no, I'm supposed to be in the help side and I'm one step late, so I'm going to reach down and swipe. Well, the ref blows the whistle, and that's a foul.
Right.
And so tonight I thought we did a much better job of we were already in the spot that we needed to be, and the refs are more willing to swallow their whistle when you are in the correct position. So that was a huge key for us, especially in the first half, just being in the right help side spots so that we didn't have to reach when a drive did happen.
And then I also want to commend to Lexi Pasternak and Bryn MacArthur here today. You know, I've seen you guys a couple of times this year, and when it comes to those two, they always just bring the energy, especially on that defensive side, and it really felt like they set the tone tonight.
Yeah, 2 sophomores. That's pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, just a really good effort from both of them. I know, you know, Lexi's one of our best defenders, and she takes pride on that end, and that's always kind of been the case for her. And Bryn, you know, I think that's a good spot for her too. I think that's a way for her to find more minutes. You know, her minutes have been a little bit sporadic here and there, and you know, we've put her in when we need her, and she's really handled that well. But yeah, she played super good tonight, and just doing those little dirty things, you know, because we got, you know, right now for this season, we've got Kendra to score, we've got Elaine to score, we've got Nevaeh to score, you know, Savannah when she's knocking down threes. Those are kids that can put the ball in the bucket a little bit, and so we need more of those gritty, grimy individual kids, and I think our kids are starting to realize that. Another one that I want to give a shout out to is Katie Clark. You know,
Yes.
She came in for Nevaeh Williams, and she's just your you know, gritty, tough kid in general. That's just her persona. So when she goes out there, she's ready to bang bodies and play hard and just, you know, if she has to get physical, she gets physical. Like, she's not afraid of contact, and I thought she did some really good things, especially defensively tonight, in terms of stopping, you know, because BGMR, they're a physical team, so she matched their physicality, and so yeah, if we can get some grimy performances from some kids, and then we get your typical scoring nights from other kids, I think that will be a really, really good team.
All right, Coach, what do you guys got coming up next?
DGF here in Waubun on Monday, Bagley, I believe, on Thursday, no, maybe Tuesday, and Ada Thursday. Ada is Thursday, I know that, so Bagley must be Tuesday. So we are, you know, back to back to back right here. We get lots of games in. So.
All right, Coach. Well, hey, we're looking forward to seeing how your girls play again. Hard fought game here today, but looking forward to seeing how you guys play next week.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, that is head coach Zach Quall of the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds joining me on the Irie Insurance post-game report. And when we come back, we'll get into our final awards as we dive in. Again, the BGMR Gators getting the win 60-54 over the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds here on Gold 101 FM KRJM, 101.5 FM, there we go, and on yourliveevent.com. Stay with us. We'll be back here in 2 minutes.
Bank with the area's lending leader, Community Development Bank in Ogama. Open at 8:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. They offer more to serve you, their valued customers. See Robin for all of your financial needs. Boat loans, car loans, four-wheelers, business, home improvement, and vacation home loans. They do it all. Call 218-983-3241 or log on to comdevbank.com. Community Development Bank in Ogama. Member FDIC.
Glasses say so much about your personality and personal style. At Valley Vision Clinic, they are happy to work with you in selecting frames that complement your features and vision needs as well as fit your budget. If you're not sure that glasses are for you, ask the Valley Vision Clinic in Ada about contact lenses. There are many advantages to consider when determining if contact lenses are right for you, and the knowledgeable staff at Valley Vision can answer any questions you may have. For all your eye care needs, call Dr. Dave Solseng and staff at Valley Vision Clinic in Ada, 784-4091.
Have you seen the huge selection of used vehicles that Christian Motors of Fertile has? Stop by the lot, talk with one of the guys about the huge selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, vans, and so much more. They've got a great selection of used vehicles right now. You can view them at christianmotors.com or christiancarsonline.com. One of the biggest selection of used vehicles around, it's Christian Motors. They're proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer, Highway 32 North in Fertile.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We are less than 90 days until spring planting. 90 days. Are you ready? Is your maintenance plan in place? Do you have parts on hand? Are any upgrade options decided on and purchased? We can help. Spring will be here before you know it. and we will help you meet the challenge. Contact RDK Enterprises at planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com.
The White Earth Tribal and Community College is open and can help you take the next step with your education. They offer on-campus classes. Online class options are available for students as well. They're local with small class sizes and they have affordable tuition. Apply in person or online at www.wetcc.edu. And don't forget to like them on Facebook. The White Earth Tribal and Community College, open and ready to help you take the next step in your education.
YourLiveEvent.com, the BGMR Gators with the 60-54 win over the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds here in Waubun. And now let's go ahead and dive into more on our post-game report brought to you by Irie Insurance. And let's go ahead and start out with some post-game awards here. And with our Pinehurst Resort stars of the game, let's go ahead and start with the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds, as we're going to give one to Kendra Severson. Kendra Severson with 23 points tonight, and going to give the other one over to Elena Bevins. Both Elena Bevins and Kendra Severson combined for 40 points tonight, or this afternoon, for the Thunderbirds. And also going to go ahead and give another star of the game. Going to give that one over to Hannah Bergsnev for the Gators of BGMR, as well as give one over to Jade Reese, with 5 points, leading the offense for BGMR as well. Let's get into another award here. I believe that this is going to be the Subway and Ada sub of the game. And our Subway and Ada sub of the game, that is going to go to Kenzie Dahl of BGMR. She had 10 points off the bench for the Gators and really led the offense once Cassie Dahl got into foul trouble early on in the first half. So she came off the bench and scored 10, getting into double digits for the Gators. So she is your Subway and Ada sub of the game. Subway, Ada, eat fresh. Thanking area fans and athletes and teams for stopping by before and after the games. Open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Let's go ahead and get to our Enbridge Energy player of the game. And our Enbridge Energy player of the game is going to be Kinsley Hansen, who we spoke with earlier in the post-game report here on the Irie Insurance post-game report. Again, spoke with her. She had 14 points here tonight, so she is your Enbridge Energy player of the game. Of course, tomorrow is happening right now. Now more than ever, the world needs secure, safe, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. Visit tomorrowison.com. Enbridge, life takes energy. Well, that's going to go ahead and do it for us here in the Irie Insurance post-game report. And that will do it for our coverage here today from Waubun. Again, the final score, 60-54. BGMR getting the win over Mahnomen Waubun here in Waubun. We want to go ahead and thank all of our sponsors. Again, without them, we would not be able to bring this broadcast to you. So we want to say thank you to all of them. And you can say thank you by going ahead and showing them your patronage and saying that your live event and R&J Sports sent you. Also, we want to thank all of you for tuning in, whether it be online on yourliveevent.com or on your radio dial on Gold 101.5 FM KRJM. Thank you to all of you for tuning in and listening. I have been Mac Robinson. This has been an R&J Sports production. We want to say thank you for tuning in. Have a good one, everybody. Stay safe and stay warm.
Thank you.